Sleep one off with Sanctuary of Reality, my comic review series. Time now for Cerebus, issue 242, the 11th chapter of Going Home. Cerebus brings Cerebus' supper to their cabin as Jaka awaits for him to return. And waits. And waits. She eventually falls asleep, dreaming of morbidly obese mannequins crowding out clothing stores. She awakens when Cerebus finally returns, drunk from his successful apology to F. Stop Kennedy, where the two had gin, and he proceeded to trick the author into believing the alcoholic Missy was Jaka and his child. F. Stop writes another segment of Pleasure's Simple Life concerning his growing attachment to Jaka, his opinions on her life, and his perception of her relationship with Cerebus. The next afternoon, while Cerebus nurses a hangover in bed, Jaka meets with F. Stop on the deck. She questions him about his current writing, which she knows is about her and Cerebus. He refuses to let her read it, but then explains, belaboredly, about all the things in life he tires of, which includes judgment by people he barely knows, and tires of snapping their self-delusions. She smiles, and he proceeds to snap her self-delusion, in part by pointing out that they're being watched by Cerebus hiding behind the nearby cabin windscreens. Jaka flees from the deck to her room, leaving F-Stop concerned that he may not have only attracted unwanted attention by the Cerebus by this revelation to Jaka, but he may have run Jaka off for good. How will Jaka explain her upset mood to Cerebus? This is an okay issue. I don't have too much to say about it. It progresses the Jaka F-Stop relationship in an unusual way. Instead of getting her to become more endeared to him, he makes the mistake of getting too cocky and trying to prove his superiority over her, and it ends up biting him on the butt. The subplot of Cerebus wanting sex is very funny. The reiteration of the Cerebus being a threat is a good reminder that they're living under an oppressive fascist force, something that we often seem to forget, especially in the last couple of issues. We haven't really had a reminder of this, and it's worth repeating at this point. Jaka may be royalty, but she had better watch out. I do happen to enjoy the panel layouts of this section of the book very much, taking a larger landscape of, say, the barge deck and splitting it up into smaller panels in which each section of the dialogue is then spoken or used to pace the dialogue itself. It relates the pace of the dialogue perfectly. Even though I'm more of a faster reader than that, it does force you to slow down to read at the pace of the dialogue being written, or spoken by the characters, rather. So I think it's a unique aspect, and I think it works pretty well, especially here. Next time, just Rick drowning some guys.